Y'all, I was doing a lot of talking and didn't even push play. Didn't even push record. I was talking about a whole bunch of, not a lot of stuff, but I was talking about quite a few stuff about fear and faith and all kind of other stuff, and seeing yourself in a spiritual place first before you see yourself there physically, you know, and didn't even push record. Because I looked up thinking I was looking at y'all, whatever like that, and then it gave me a notification saying either this camera is going to exit in such an amount of seconds if you don't use it. And I'm thinking, what? So the whole time I wasn't even on record. Wow. I can tell you where my mind is. But anyway, what I was saying was, first of all, it's Roche Ball, you guys. It's Roche Ball. Happy Thursday. Happy great Thursday. Happy good Thursday, or whatever you want to call it. Whatever you do today, make it big. Yeah, I gotta take this polish off. It's really... I'm trying my best not to look like Joan Crawford real quick with these eyebrows, but I'll do my best, okay? Anyway, what I was saying was seeing yourself in a place spiritually before you're there physically. And my sister and I and my nephews, we're trying to get out of this place because the rent is too high, even for both of us. And we're the only ones working or whatever. And it's just like, if we stay here for another year, they're going to raise the rent. And I already got the Wi-Fi bill. I have to help with groceries. And then I may have to help her with the light bill if we stay here for a whole other year or even a month. And we're not doing that. So we went to Kinko's FedEx last night. Yesterday, like around 4, 5. Oh shoot, I hate when I do that on eyeliner. And my sister printed out some papers and faxed them, and we filled them out, faxed them, and then yeah, just trying to get the ball rolling to get us a place. And we're hoping to hear something very soon, because both of our goal is to really get out of here before August, and it is the 23rd of July 2020, and we're trying to get out of here. See, with all this stuff that's going on in the pandemic and the killings that's going on now, another person was found unresponsive at that Fort Hood soldier place. Before Vanessa Guillen's death, Fort Hood, then there's another young man whose remains were found, and he was also a Fort Hood soldier. So what's going on, you know, and with all the stuff that's going on with that and with killings and Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, not saying that it's not important, you got to find some good somewhere. Everybody's so worried about a stimulus check and all of that. It's just like, we're losing people, we're losing lives, you know, because they want people to be focused on stimulus check, to where somebody could be getting killed, heaven forbid, like back there. And once you got that stimulus check, it's like, and then when it's all gone, it's like, oh, somebody got killed. Wait, what? Another person? And you had your head and your mind all of the stimulus checks behind, and it's just like, yeah, that person got killed while you were thinking about your stimulus check. So I'm not even gonna lean on it. I'm not gonna depend on it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, whatever. Anyway, so that shouldn't stop me from having a good day. It's not gonna make me have a bad day either. But anyway, so yeah, so I was just talking about how you gotta see yourself spiritually in a certain place before you're there physically. You see what I'm saying? You gotta think spiritually first. You see what I'm saying? Like, when I went to this interview just a week ago, and I took that interview, I was confident, and she was pretty much letting me know that you're going to be in this facility. The only custodian in this facility is pretty much going to be your baby. And I was like, yes, mine. Because I already claimed it, even before I got the call saying that they was going to offer me the job, which they did. Thank you, Jesus. But you got to claim those things. You literally have to walk around or inside a certain place and like literally put your hands on something and be like, thank you, Lord, this is mine. And it works. You can't doubt. As much as you try to think of all the cons about the situations, you know how people think about pros and cons in situations. You don't focus your mind on all of the negatives and the minuses. Just focus on what could happen. You see a certain thing that maybe look like it's gonna just fail, but then you have to think of that could be fixed. If God is the God who can do anything but fail and lie, and his word can't come back to his void, he can fix a minute little problem. You see what I'm saying? Such as giving my sister and my nephew and I these houses or wherever it is that we need to move at before August. So I came to her and I was like, so you want to start getting glass containers for our leftovers when we move? You know, just to get our mind focused on we're moving. Even though we have not heard a word about nobody offering us a home yet. But you have to start thinking like you're already there. And that's with everything. Jobs, even when it comes to health, your husband's health, your wife's health, your kids, your own health. You got to start thinking like that. And as low as we've been and as down and out as we ever been, it's time for us to start thinking like, okay, God, you supply all of our needs according to your riches and glory. So when we ask you for something, we ask it in faith because we know that you have it. So why not ask for the biggest thing? It is going to take some time to get there because you got to be spiritually mature and spiritually ready and everything. And I'm still learning how to be spiritually mature and stop doubting, because every now and then I may have a smidget of doubt because I think of, oh shoot, what if we live down there and they offered a job to somebody else? You know, and what if we go right here and I may not have no place to park my car because where we living at is like a rundown, shaggy place. You have to stop, you know, because if that's how you think, then you will never get nowhere. I think spiritually, we all have to have that mindset of we have to see things as not as though they were. That's what the Bible says. And get to a place where we can be like, oh, I already got that. And if it ain't for me, I used to feel so down and out and get all that bad look thing whenever I feel like nothing was for me. And it's like I took the time out, I answered the questions properly. And when they do group interviews, these girls copied off of this guy or whatever, they copied off my answer. That's why I try to answer first. And I don't want nobody stealing my idea, you know. But we have to look at it as, oh, they didn't want me? Maybe I got something better. You know. And plus you have to walk into a place knowing you already got it. You know, you have to walk into a place literally thinking that you already got it. And people see that confidence and they're going to want to deal with you. They're going to want to check you out. They're going to be like, okay, so I want to offer this place to you because of how you carried yourself. And you're very respectable and you seem like you're very confident. They're not going to tell you like that. But because of your confidence and because you're already walking in about to own everything, like, oh, this is mine. And your attitude is good about it. And they can see the God's light is shining through you, then they're going to want to offer you that thing that you've been waiting for. And sometimes it could be more than you're expecting. And that's another thing too. Not only are you supposed to walk in to a place owning everything and then you'll get it, but you have to expect more. Walk in thinking, oh, it's going to be more than what I think. It's like, I'm comfortable with getting, Lord, I'm satisfied with getting whatever it is. I'm satisfied with, like, if we get a new house and we decided to clean up instead of having people clean up for us, it may be a situation to where people are like, we want to offer you this house, okay? And if you guys are okay with cleaning it up, that's fine. Excuse me. If you guys are okay cleaning it up, that's fine. We'll just kind of cut you a deal on getting, you know, you never know how things happen. You know, but you have to, like, sometimes we go in by the book. Like, you know, I'm just going to come in here not expecting too much. And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, then maybe next time or whatever. And we have a little doubt in our voice, it's not going to work. But if we go in looking around like, yeah, okay, I'm going to put, like, some black curtains right there. And I'm going to put some gold. Yeah, And you're already, like, thinking about how you're going to decorate your new house. And how you're going to, you know, do all this stuff. And what you're going to put in the backyard. And your gazebo. And then your grill going to be right there. And then your cage right there for your plants. And then I'm going to give me a lavender plant, too. I have to take care of something. And I was already saying, I might go ahead and give me a little lavender plant. If they have any lavender plant. So that way I can start learning how to, you know, have a little green thumb too. Already go in knowing what you're going to do. As soon as you step into that house that you trying to get, be like, yeah, I'm going to put a twin bed. I know I'm going to put a futon right there in that room for the guests. You know, I'm going to put a bed in there for that guest. And you know, I'm going to go right here and I'm going to put this right here for the cats and this and that. Already go in claiming that thing. Even with a job. When I applied for Target, that's exactly what I did. A while back, I applied for Target because I overheard two of the Target employees saying, yeah, such and such quit this morning. And I was like, so I got on the kiosk filled out the application. And this was in April. May, I got that job. And it was walking distance. I walk anyway, but it was walking distance from where I live, you know. And I got it because did I think I was going to get it? Nope, but I tried it anyway. And sometimes I don't be having a stitch of confidence like I know I'm supposed to have, or I don't be believing like I'm supposed to believe, and I will still get it. And sometimes I think God does that to show you that, okay, in the midst of whatever is going on in your mind, I'm still God. So you might want to, after I do this for you, you might want to clean that up. Because I don't want God to work in a dirty place, in a doubtful place, in a scared place, in a fearful place in me. So I want to kind of clear that up. Sometimes I feel like God does bless people that may or may not deserve it just to show them who he is so they can keep coming back to him. They could be in the midst of about to get in trouble or something taken away from them. They could probably be, heaven forbid, lose their life, and God will show up and rescue them. And then it's just like, you would have no choice but to go to him and depend on him. Because he did that very thing for you, and you could have been dead, and you could have been homeless, and you could have been whatever the situation is. And I think God does things like that so we can turn to him. He blessed you so you can. God is the only one who can compel us to go to him. We don't just go to God on our own. He does things to make us go to him. Nobody just says, I want to give my life to Christ. Because, you know, I mean, you may say it, but something has to compel you to go to him. And then you realize, you know what? Being on God's team is all right. I mean, I get everything I want when I want it. But I'm alive every day. And that's the thing that gets taken advantage of every day, is being alive and well. Not just living, but just, you know, doing whatever you got to do every single day to, you know, make your mark in heaven, or just secure yourself a place up there, you know, because a lot of times it's not always about, you know, I think God works with the most troubled people. He wants broken people. He don't want people who feel like they already got it together. I'm probably jumping subjects here, but he don't want people who already feel like they got it together. I read a quote from Tyler Perry. I'm not sure if I'm saying this right. I'm probably paraphrasing, but it says, as low as you've been, ask God to take you that high. And you can't be afraid of getting blessed. Like, oh God, I'm this much? You really think I'm, for real, me, God? This much? Thank you. I feel like even if you feel like you didn't do what you're supposed to do to get that much, you know what I mean? He did it for you. So I'm just gonna wear some chapstick today because I'm wearing a mask, and I don't want a whole bunch of makeup to y'all up on my mask, you know, all the lipstick. And then when I take off my mask, I got lipstick all right here and all right here. So I just wear chapstick, because if I'm gonna wear a mask, I don't need to, you know, whatever. Anyway, so this weekend we're supposed to be going to the high desert. I gotta take care of some business, print some papers out, go get some fingerprints and all that other stuff for my new job to get that ball rolling. And also, I think we're supposed to be up there to go look at a new place. So I'm really hoping that everything works out and my sister hears a word even before we get up there, because today is still Thursday, tomorrow is Friday, and then there's Saturday. And I think we are scheduled for an appointment to go look at a place early on Saturday morning. So we'll see. We're not going to be leaving here on a Friday to go over to my sister's house. We're going to be leaving early, butt crack, on Saturday. And we'll probably be going home Monday night. And then I have my doctor's appointments on Tuesday through Thursday, and after that, that's it. I may have to miss some more days of work, because that's the only way I'll be able to make these doctor's appointments, and they're very important because I need to get things done for my new job. So I'm not going to be able to. And if they have an issue with it, I can talk to them about it, maybe send some emails and they can work something out, because I do work with a couple people who is big on keeping the lines of communication open, which is great. You have to just let people know what's going on, and then they'll be open and be like, okay, I understand. And then you work with them, they work with you. So I believe in that too. My thing is, I just be like, I have to get out of this, forget it, I just ain't gonna go back. And if they I have to let people know, look, this is what the situation is, okay? And I get so fearful when I do that, because I feel like, I don't know why, I honestly don't know why. I just don't open up the lines of communication, and I need to, so people can be like, okay, thank you for telling us, and we'll go ahead and accommodate you, or we'll go ahead and work with you to see what we can do. And that's how that goes down. Just keep the lines of communication open. I think that's what anybody asks for. When you're dating a guy, when you're dating a girl, and you wonder how come they haven't talked to you in such and such a time, and they may not always be there to say, oh, I'm sorry, I had this happen, so, or my phone got lost, or, you know, my screen is cracked, some catfish excuse, I don't know. But I was watching Catfish this morning on YouTube, so that's why I don't know why I brought that up. But yeah, so yeah, just keeping the lines of communication open is, I think, what my job is really, really big at. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call the assistant director and explain to him the situation, and let him know what's going to be happening next week, to just give him a heads up, you know, explain whatever situation I need to explain, just to give people a heads up, so that way they'll know. And I'll send a couple emails as well. So yeah, and again. So I'm very excited about what God is going to do, even if it's a situation where we have to stay in this apartment for another month. Then it's going to have to be for another month. What can I do? But at the same time, if I have a job out there already secure for me in the high desert, I just have to do the paperwork. I don't think God is going to give us peanut butter without jelly, or just peanut butter and jelly without the bread. You see what I'm saying? I really believe that God has it. That's why we all ask. Just like when you look at your mom and your daddy, you be like, Mom, the ice cream truck is here. Can I get something to eat? Or can I get a little snack or whatever? They ask you because they believe you have it. Like my nephew, a while back when he was young, he was like, what, maybe 7, whatever years old. We used to go like get a few things from Walmart, and then we would go to Subway for lunch. And then my nephew used to always ask my mom for video games, because he had the faith that she had money to get him a video game. And because his faith works, sometimes he got one. And you know, I never used to like to believe this at first, that God wouldn't put us in no nasty situation like that just to rescue us. He ain't gonna put us in no bad situation. Sometimes I feel like you are tested. You are put, you know, you are tried through the fire sometimes, just to see where your faith level is. You know, like when we was living at that boo-boo house, my sister, the new owners took over, right? And we had 60 days to get out. Okay? They turned the power off 2 weeks later. So we stayed in there for like a whole month with no water, no nothing. My sister took her kids and they went to a hotel room. Okay? And I stayed up in there in the dark for almost a month. I went to work early. I started at 12 at the time, and I was going to work at 6 p.m. Just sitting up in break rooms watching TV until my shift started, and maybe put my head down, getting a little bit of sleep. And, you know, the toilet wasn't working, no power, no electricity, no nothing. Luckily, my sister and her children was where they were. And I was like, oh, I can tough it out, no big deal. And I did. And the simple fact that we didn't lose our mind during that, I think that's why God blesses people too, because it's like they could have cussed people out, they could have went crazy, put their hair out, they could have even cursed the Lord. That's why I like Job's. You know who Job? When you read the Bible, you read the book of Job, read that whole story. That's one of my favorite stories. And how his wife was just like, just give up. His 3 friends was like, so you're gonna just sit there and be all boiled up? And he had to look at them and be like, y'all get out of my life, just get out of my car. Get on my nerves. And the Lord blessed Job to see his great-great-grandchildren. Let's just say that. Everything that he lost was restored to him because of his faith. And he never cursed or doubted God once. Sometimes you have to cry, though. And sometimes you have to wonder. Sometimes I'll be wondering, even if he had to cry, the simple fact that he never gave up on God, God never gave up on him. That's why he was able to see 10-fold, 100-fold, on a whole bunch of stuff. His great-great-grandkids, I'm sure. And he died a happy man. He had everything, lost it, still didn't lose faith, and regained it back. Plus more. Plus more. I think that's where God wants everybody to be. I understand that People may not be able to be there like right away, but at that 11th hour, God will come in and be like, bam, I'm here. Yeah, so just don't lose your mind. You may feel like it sometimes, and of course you're going to cry. I'm not even going to say, you may cry, you know. No, I don't, as ugly as the situation gets sometimes in life, you have to cry, because sometimes that's all you have. And it's just about just keeping your faith. That's it. So I just want to let y'all know a little bit of that, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I've been before you guys long enough. I keep saying that in all my videos. I've been before you guys long enough talking your head off. So let me go ahead and get out of here. Just stay blessed, you guys, and keep the faith. I know it's not going to happen overnight, but little by little, ask God to help you. Not doubt. Keep the faith. And just know that He's for you. And He's there for you at any time. And nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm right along with you guys. Anytime I come on my channel and encourage y'all about God and stuff like that, just know that I'm on that same boat, learning that same thing too. I don't got it all together. Okay, and if I have, you know, I don't want to come on here and be like, yeah, so do what I did, you know. Just do what I did. You know? No, I'm like, you know what? It's a struggle too. Okay? I'm in between my financially, you know, a little brokey right now, you know. But guess what? I believe in God. Not a stimulus, not a president. I don't got my head up all up Corona's behind. Nope. I'm concentrated on being up there with my family, closer to my grandma, closer to my mom, and all my nephews gonna be together. And my sister and I, we're gonna be living in a great place to where my nephews don't have to worry and we don't have to worry, and we'll be living comfortably closer to our family with jobs and stuff and being secure. That's what I'm concentrating on. Okay? There is some good out of whatever bad situation may be going on. There is always some good. Concentrate on that and make that bigger than the bad situation. Okay? You got to maximize the praise, minimize the problem. You see what I'm saying? So, and I want to share that with y'all. Maximize the praise, minimize the problem. And that was from a young man that spoke at our church that we used to go to in Inglewood a while back. And he was like 14 years old. And he was like, you got to maximize the praise, minimize the problem. That's what it is. So God is looking for the maximum from us, so He can do the maximum for us. Okay, so minimize your problem, guys. I'm about to get out of here. I'm going to spray this African Pride stuff in my braids like I always do. It smells so good. I had this for years. I need to change it because I don't know if spray expires or not, but gotta change it. I did redo some of my braids though. But anyway, I'm gonna spray that in another video. See y'all later. Have a good day, and remember, trust God and have the faith.